Hey everybody, and a warm welcome to my first free video on how to recover from spasmodic dysphonia. I am Jeroen Swart, author of Free Your Voice, the Spasmodic Dysphonia Recovery System, the best-selling book on Amazon.com, and creator of this free 3-part video training series on how to get more of your voice back. How to recover your voice and free your life. How do you get more control of your voice and reduce spasms which get in the way of expressing yourself and connecting with other people? How do you do all this? Well, in this 3-part video series I'm going to teach you exactly and in detail how you can do this. These 3 training videos will be very helpful, so make sure to opt in for the rest of the series at www.freeyourvoice.us, so you will receive all my free videos. In this first video I will teach you the Voicefinder technique, a very simple, easy and fast technique to find your voice and use it to speak more freely. This Voicefinder technique is one of the pillars on which you need to build your voice restoration. Maybe you have all these strange thoughts and ideas, like that SD is incurable or that it is a breathing problem. Therefore, it is not your fault that you haven't recovered yet. You have been misinformed. Well, none of these assumptions are true, and once you really understand what is going on, you can understand why it is possible to recover. It is possible to recover your voice no matter where you're coming from, how long you had it, or how bad it is. And once you agree with that, we can start. How did I recover from SD? Well, I first studied how other people recover from spasmodic dysphonia and then recovered myself by learning from them. I learned this, if you haven't heard my story before, I wrote a book called Free Your Voice, the Spasmodic Dysphonia Recovery System. It is about how I attracted spasmodic dysphonia back in 2006 and managed to recover in 2010. I was inspired to write this book because I wanted to help others to recover too. In this book I wanted to share all the wise lessons I learned on the cause and effect of this disorder, but mostly to share my understandings of SD and the techniques you need to use to get over this. I wanted to help others like others helped me to push through my struggle and despair. I tried a lot of things to recover, like seeing the expert doctors, relaxing massage, voice therapy, voice clinics, hypnosis, stutter therapy. Maybe the same things you tried that didn't work or didn't bring you to where you wanted to be. I became frustrated and gave up many times. Maybe you can relate. But every time someone new showed up in my life and motivated me to try something new, to give me new hope. Now I want to teach you the things that worked for me and others. But before I start to share those, I first want to discuss 2 things with you. 1. Maybe you tried breathing and voice exercises for a while. They didn't work for you, you became disappointed and you gave up. I've been there, done that. When exercising doesn't work, it becomes very hard to sustain these exercises over a prolonged period of time. It becomes utterly boring and a burden. It creates more stress, and the thing you should be working at is less stress and more happiness. These exercises will probably never work if you don't know exactly how to perform them the correct way. When you do these exercises wrong, it is even possible to make your voice even worse. With spasmodic dysphonia and other dystonias, more of a good thing becomes a bad thing. So it is very important that you have a good teacher who knows what he's doing. Second, all this information can be a bit overwhelming and you might become confused, because there are a lot of things to think about. This takes some time and I understand this. That's why in the beginning you might not see the big picture and you might start to wonder Where are we going? Just bear with me. Take just one step at a time. You're going to integrate all this into your life. Start off with the practical exercise that I'm going to give you and let the rest just sink in. Don't try to remember everything because you can always play back the videos whenever you want. Maybe you just found out that you have SD and your doctor told you that recovery from this voice disorder is impossible. Maybe you suffer from it for tens of years and you tried different things that didn't work. Whatever may be the case, I'm here to tell you straight in your face that recovery is possible. You can do it if you have the right mindset, you know exactly what to do, you take action and you know what to expect. I knew right from the moment I received my diagnosis that I was going to recover. I only needed to find out how. I searched the internet trying to find stories of people who recovered so I could copy from them, do what they did to get results. I found Morten Cooper but decided to go to Connie Pike SD clinic in Florida. I learned some valuable lessons and started training my voice for months and months but without any result. I became frustrated and started to doubt whether I would ever recover my voice or even improve it just a little bit. When I found out that this guy who attended the same voice clinic as me and who was worse off because he suffered not only from SD but also from spasmodic torticollis, he recovered, I became very jealous. So I started practicing again but without results. After trying many other things and therapies, I gave up. When I finally was convinced to try Botox, my life changed for the better. Because using Botox, I was totally against it at first. I didn't want to be dependent on some kind of chemicals, because I know the dark side of dependency, if you know what I mean. While I was on the Botox, I came across a caring top business trainer who was hired to help me with my business, but who volunteered to help me with my voice, my breathing, my emotions and balance in my whole life. Then, when the effects of the third Botox shots were wearing off and I was planning on going for new shots, my voice suddenly became better and better, to the point where my voice was practically normal and I certainly didn't need any more Botox. I then backtracked everything I had done in the previous months, which would explain my miraculous recovery, and started to dive deep into solid scientific research to find the explanation, which I did. Now, you might think that it was just a stroke of luck, or that SD is different for everybody. This is simply not true. I was able to pinpoint the exact cause and working of the SD and can back it up with scientific research. I also met others who recovered by themselves, but I found out that they did in essence the same things I did. They followed the same path. So it is possible for everyone, including you, and I will teach you how. When you suffer from SD, there are 5 routes you can take. They are: number 1, surgery, Botox, voice therapy, or doing nothing. Option number 1, surgery is quite expensive. The results are unpredictable, not permanent, and it only deals with the symptoms of SD. It doesn't remove the cause. Option number 2, Botox. For most people, even more expensive if you take into account that you have to get treatment every 3 months for the rest of your life. Every time you have to travel to the hospital, set the time apart and pay for your car. The results are also unpredictable and vary, Some people lose a function of voice for weeks, so working a job becomes difficult. You can even become immune to the Botox, and you never know how the results will be. Botox also only treats symptoms and not the cause. Option number 3, voice therapy, only has an effect for some people. It requires hard work. You have to keep at it, and it only treats the symptoms. Option number 4, doing nothing, is also not a very good idea, because if the cause of the SD remains, it can aggravate into other spasms like spasmodic torticollis, blepharospasm, or general dystonia. There is an alternative which addresses both the cause of your SD and the symptoms. If you learn what the cause of your SD is and why it is messing up your voice, you can prevent it from happening in the future. Wouldn't that be great? Yes. The first thing you need to know is that the Spasmodic Dysphonia recovery system is not about learning a new trick, not practicing voice exercises till your throat becomes raw. Instead, you restore your voice by working on 4 main areas, and they are relaxing your brain, your nervous system, breath enhancement, voice control, and reprogramming your brain to speak freely without spasms. To get you started, I will explain one of the techniques that makes you get more voice control, the Voicefinder technique. What the Voicefinder technique will do is that it will bring your body and your breathing into the mode where there are no spasms or breaks in your voice anymore. When you use the Voicefinder technique, throughout your day, whenever you speak, it will become your normal way of speaking over time. This is how it goes. Okay, the Voicefinder technique, you stand with your feet a bit apart, the same width as your shoulders. You get a little loose. Let it all hang. Okay, stand relaxed. You bend a little through your knees. And you place your hand on your belly. And what you do is you sing a low tone. You feel your hands on your belly, and when you sing the tone, your belly goes in. Like this. My belly is all the way out. I breathe in. My belly fills up. I put my hands on, and my belly goes in when I sing the tone. Okay. Knees a little bended. And you go to the low tone, and you have to practice a couple of times till you get the relaxed low tone. And when you have a low tone, you then start to sing in that tone. Oh, happy birthday. And as soon as it starts to break your voice, you go back into a singing tone. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. And when you have the low tone, you start to speak from there. Oh, hello, how are you? I am Jeroen. And breathe in. And I come from as low as possible, and when you sing low, your whole breathing, your whole body relaxes. So it's all about relaxation. It's not about pushing it, forcing it. And you really have to do it all by itself. Oh, hello, you see how this works. It will take some time before you really get into it, before you can do it. Maybe you're all choked up. Doesn't matter, just do it easy, be gentle on yourself, really take your time, don't rush it, just do it and don't judge it, don't think, oh, I'm not sounding too good, I cannot do it, it's too difficult, my voice is too choked up. Doesn't matter, just do it every day, as often as possible. It doesn't have to be hours, you can just do it for 5 minutes. Oh, hello. When you do it every day 5 minutes or a couple of times a day 5 minutes, you will start to experience an effect in the coming weeks. So just do it, enjoy it, make it fun. You can, when you get into it, you can do funny things like, hello, how are you, how are you, how are you, oh, how are you, hey, don't make it boring, make it fun and play around, and don't care what other people think of you, because they are not important. You are important, your voice is the most important thing in your life. Success! What will this voice exercise do for you in the long run? Well, it will loosen up your voice, it will allow you to speak in a lower, relaxed voice without all the straining. It will make it easier to sing, and it will, through the hands on your belly, make you more sensitive to how your voice and the resonance of your voice feels. Yes, this is very important, and that's where we're heading. That you control your voice production by feeling how your voice comes out, and not by hearing your voice. Imagine now how much better you will feel when you're using this technique. You will start to realize there's a way out of this. Once you're able to control your voice more, people will be able to hear you better. You'll feel better because of it, and it will save you a lot of money because you need less Botox. Now, this all being said, I want to challenge you to go off and start using this voice-finder technique. Every day during the day, go and do this and report back to me by leaving a comment below this video. Don't do it for me, do it for yourself. Start working at it and you will be rewarded. Next up, in my second video in this free 3-part video series, I will be teaching you the confidential voice technique, which will allow you to speak without all straining to other people. I close off here, hope you enjoyed this one, and one request, feel free to leave your comment and any questions you have below the video in the comment section, and I will personally take time to answer them with love. Take care and bye bye.